and welcome to this live chat. I know it is a Sunday night and it is all weird. I'm just testing some stuff here. I know, I was so shocked when I saw that pop up from Tyra. Yeah, a bit odd. Also, it didn't change the name. This is just a productivity stream. Whoops, that's loud. I forgot to do my regular muting of all the things, so let me just quickly do that. Kill, mute. Thank you for muting. My gosh. Nature Crafts has a diet soda. I have a cup of tea. It is that Licorice Legs from T2 in my T2 mug. I'll have a sip. Leanne just sat down for a coffee, and that was great timing. That's awesome, Leanne. I'm just jumping back in so I can see what's happening here. Make sure it's still all working. Oops. And that I'm not buffering and all that sort of stuff. It looks like I am buffering. We get 2 lives this week. I'm so naughty, I'm watching 2 different live streams on my phone and on my computer. Oh dear. Licorice tea, I'm intrigued. It doesn't taste like licorice, it's licorice root tea. It is something Kim found for me because my throat was hurting all the time from talking too much. And it's something that helps to coat my vocal cords, especially while I'm sick and stuff. It's making a big difference. So we had some serious problems with our live stream this week, and I decided to have an extra live stream, A, to make up for that, and B, I wanted to change some settings and see if it made any difference. So if you can, there's a few things that have changed. So if you can let me know how the audio is and how the video is, that would be really, really good, because I have changed a lot of stuff. This is just, I don't have my table where I normally do, so ignore the backgroundy things. Although in this shot, I think it's fine. It's in another shot where you can see mess. So yeah. Tyra says this dark blue yarn is lovely. Yeah, this is the new Blurple colorway. This top camera is not doing it the best justice, but this is it here. It's this beautiful, think Yarn Ninja color. It's very similar to the Yarn Ninja color. It's a bluey, purpley, deep, dark, and delicious thing. Sandy says it's perfect for you. Sherry says, hey Sherry, welcome to the chat. It's looking good. Rowan says it looks and sounds great. So I did a firmware update on my old microphone, giving that a whirl to see how it goes. Tweaked some settings in the video streaming. Don't have the best internet today, so we might get a bit of buffering. Sherry says almost royal blue. It is almost, it's not quite. Hang on a second. I did not mute my laptop. So let's turn that to mutage. Mute. So we don't get that anymore. Someone mentioned me in their Instagram story, and now I'm intrigued, because this particular person I don't believe has ever mentioned me in an Instagram story. So I will try not to run away and check, because, you know, I want to. Yes, so this is sort of like I'm still going from the jobs that I was doing last week. Kim says it's blurple. That's right, it's a blue purple. Diane says I'm buffering a bit, but it might be my internet. Been having issues on mine. I'm not buffering on another. I've got another device here that's running off separate internet, and it's not buffering, so it might be you this time, Diane, which is unusual because it is usually me. So I'm just labeling yarn and thought, you know, I'm going to sit here and work anyway, so I may as well test out this live stream and see how we go. See if this microphone plays up after about the 40-minute. This is the same microphone that made my voice go weird after about 40 minutes. And I've just realized I've got top chat rather than live chat, so I may have missed some messages. So guys, double check that you've chosen top chat, live chat rather than top chat. Nature's Craft says my asthma's playing up. I went with my son to the playground and it was cold and windy and I wheezed and coughed a bunch. I know those feels at the moment. My asthma's playing up shockingly. Hey, MSAK Spain and Rebecca. I'm just sitting here working, so I thought that, you know, I'd do this with you. Basically is what it's boiling down to. I just thought I'd do it all together. Dandelion is what this yellow is called. My brain was trying to remember what this yellow yarn was called. I'm like, it's not daffodil. It's not daffodil. Daffodil's a different yellow that I do, which has got a dash of orange in it. This one's just more of a pure, bright light yellow. Alison Keys says, I'm watching you on the big screen. Looks and sounds good. Well, I'm glad it looks and sounds good, Alison. We know how I feel about the big screen thing. I've just realised I have no tissues handy, so I might have to run away. I'm still sick, you guys. I'm feeling a lot better today. Last night, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have been like, what on earth is she doing in her Instagram stories? I laid down just for a little rest after doing some grocery shopping. I felt a little bit crook after doing, and I thought I'll just have a 5-minute lay down. I'll look at my phone and just, check out Facebook. You know the deal. You know the drill. And basically, I woke up 7 hours later at about midnight going, oh dear, like the whole house was quiet, but I was starving. So I got up and I had a shower. And because I still hadn't had a shower, I wasn't planning on going to bed. I was just having a little lay down, and which I do when I'm a bit sore and a bit unwell. And so I jumped in the shower, and then I made myself a little snack. But I thought, it's the middle of the night. I don't want anything too heavy, but I'm really, really hungry. So I had some cherry tomatoes and baby cucumbers and some carrot. And strawberries. Oh my god, the strawberries were so nice. And also, what else did I have? There was something else on my plate, a plum and a nectarine. And so I ate that and I felt great. And so I sat there and I watched TV for like an hour because I'm thinking, oh dear, I'm never getting back to sleep. And I watched TV for an hour, realized I was starting to get a bit, I'm getting a bit sleepy. So I decided to, turn everything off and creep back to bed. And I thought, I may not get to sleep, but I'll just sit here and listen to my audiobook in the dark. And I woke up 8 hours later. So I must have been so tired, just so tired to actually get that much sleep in one day. And so I'd been sort of pushing myself probably a dash too hard for, I don't know what that noise was. There was a definite noise. Hang on. I don't know what it was. I don't know what that was. It was like a do. Anyway, where am I going to put these yarns? I'm running out of space. I'll use this shelf behind me. But yeah, so yeah, I must have needed it. Naturecraft said she had a weird dinner: basmati rice with butter, chicken and vegetable dumplings, and mixed veg frozen, and then vanilla ice cream. That sounds very interesting. What's this colour called? Lipstick. So some of you faces I did not see in the live stream this week, so I don't know if you've rewatched it. But what I've got here is this is all the new Pegasus yarns that I am working very, very hard on to get released next week. So you guys are getting a sneak preview. And I've got them both in the 100 gram skeins and in little 25 gram mini skeins. So we'll get those up onto the... I've got to get photos yet. There's no photos. So I need to do the photos, and I need to... And this one here, this is Tiff. Tiff looks amazing in real life, but for some reason on camera looks weird. It doesn't look... It looks off to me. Hey, Freaky Geek. Freezer surprise, absolutely Nature's Crafts and Kim Skull, and sometimes they're the best dinners. It's like, what have I got in here? In winter, I do the one of everything soup. You're a day or two late. No, this is an extra, Freaky Geek. I did one on Thursday, and now I'm doing one on Saturday. So, bonus material is what this is. Bonus material. And so, yeah, so I make these one of everything soup. So, it's got a steak and a carrot and a zucchini and some pumpkin and, like a potato, like everything all mixed in with a nice sort of, I make a rich gravy, soupy thing. And it's delicious, but I don't do them very often. But in winter I do them. Flat, white. So, yeah, so we were having a big discussion about the non-glamorous sides of dyeing. Kim's got to run away because it's time for a lunch session. Fair enough, Kim. Have fun. Bink. We've got some more colours here. I do not know what I'm going to name this purple, honestly. So, I thought I'd written all the instructions very clearly, except I missed one in my new purple, and I missed one colour. I wrote in how much dye, but not actually the name of the dye, so I had to guessed wrong. So now I've got another kind of purple, which again I still love because it's purple. And seriously, is there a shade of purple that you don't love? Probably not. Probably not. Breakfast for dinner is the best. I love breakfast for dinner so much. When I was a teen and an early 20s person, I used to eat cereal for dinner because I like cereal. I like it wasn't just rubbish cereal, it was quality cereal for dinner. You get quality. But it was good. Downside to dyeing, always having fingernails that look dirty. Yeah, there is always that. Then there's all the other work that goes with it, like we were saying, the sourcing of the dye bases, the sourcing of the dye, the photography, the scanning, the labeling, you know, the drying. Like there's lots of steps. There's lots of steps and processes. And not that I was having a whinge or anything like that. I have not named this purple yet. I don't know what I'm going to call it, so I'm just going to label it unnamed at this stage so that it's still labelled. Let me have a look here. Lindsay, hey, welcome to the chat, Lindsay. We just had pancakes and sausage for dinner, still sipping my orange juice. Nice. I've never had pancakes and sausage. I've done pancakes and bacon, but I read this, I read it. I have this audio book that I listen to all the time, and they talk about pancakes and sausage with applesauce. And it's not been something I've ever tried, but I mean, I'm not averse to the idea, but I think you guys might be talking about a different kind of sausage than what I'm thinking, because I think like a sausage, like, you know, wrapped in a skin sausage. But I think you might be talking more about like the Macca's breakfast muffin thing with sausage, like their sausage and egg McMuffin, which is like a flat thing that looks a bit like a meat patty, but that's sausage. Does that make sense? That makes no sense. That's what you get on a Saturday live stream. Random words thrown together that don't actually make sentences. So, you know, we got some of that going on. We're going hard there. Welcome to the chat, everybody. Just for those of you that have just joined in, this is an additional chat. We have an extra chat. It's an extra chat for this week, but I did miss one last week because I was Crooker's dog, so I did not do that chat. Freaky Geek says, I'd have porridge at any time of the day just to get the insides warmed up. I love porridge. I definitely grew up a porridge kid. My mum loved making porridge, and she would set it overnight in the fridge, soaking in milk, so that it was all creamy and delicious, because that's the only way my dad would eat it. But I mean, it turns out I eat it any old how. I make sense to you. I'm glad, Lindsay. Thank you for that. Tyra says, I'm absolutely adoring this talk about meat. I've gone meatless for Lent, but I don't miss it, but I do miss bacon. I'm sorry, Tyra. I'm sorry. How is Lent going for those of you that are observing? I'm not observing this year, purely because I forgot. I'm sorry. I meant to, and then I got sick, and it was just a case of I did not know what day of the week it was, so I did not go there. Where are we? Is bacon truly meat? Yes, bacon is truly meat. It's magic meat, but it is meat for sure. You should see my 6-year-old daughter pack away pickles. She would eat a plate of pickles if I let her. Okay, I'm not a fan of pickles. Like, I'll eat them, but I won't eat extras. If they come on something, I'll eat them. Bacon is gateway meat for ex-vegetarians. Every vegetarian that I know that went back to carnivorousness has said that it was the bacon that destroyed them. Because bacon has, like, you know, back to the meat talk. Now I'm bacon, you guys. I've got bacon in the fridge, so I think I'm going to have bacon for lunch. Yeah, apparently it's the smell of bacon that always destroys those that are just a little, you know, on the border, on the border there of vegetarianisms. Um, I'm not a huge meat eater. I mean, I do like bacon, and I don't mind a bit of chicken. I don't really eat a lot of red meat, which upsets my doctor a lot because I've got a chronic iron deficiency. Um, but yeah, it's one of those things, and I don't miss meat if it's not in a meal. You know, unless it's spag bog. You know, if there's no meat in your spag bog, it's not spag bog. Honestly, it is pasta and red sauce, or pasta and tomato. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that, and I eat that because it's yummy. But it's not spag bog. Just putting that out there. Rules of food. Welcome to Fiberific, where I make random rules about food. I was a vegetarian for 25 years and my first real meat was bacon. There you go. My problem with spinning fibre is I don't know what I'm spinning. What do you mean, freaky geek? Like, as in, you don't know what thickness or what fibre content? Let us help you. I get upset if my meal doesn't have meat of some type. It could be fish. Okay. I really like meat. Sorry, I don't mind which meat, anything. Freaky Geek says, I can go without meat for a week, but not much longer than 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm about the same. I've gone off red food. Is that normal? What is normal, MSAK Spain? Seriously. Is there a such thing as normal? Because I would definitely not be ticking that box on any level of my life. It might just be a thing. I don't know. I know people that only eat white food. And they don't know why. They just only eat white food. Like everything that's white. Like mushrooms and everything. But it's got to be white. I don't know why. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think there is a true normal. I really don't think there is. Minis. Oh no. I'm a dum-dum. Did I just do that? I just did that. I put the full... This is what happens when I talk while I'm working, you guys. Alright, they need relabeling. Do I have another tip in a big skein? I don't. Okay. You are also wasted. That was so dumb of me. Let me have a look here. I've got some minis here. Goodness me. Who has seen the clip of the little boy in the high chair eating bacon for the first time? I don't think I've seen that. Jagood says, I love meat. I eat way too much. The store I get my fluff from, the lady gets loads of samples and they're not labelled, so I open the pack, feel for itch. If it doesn't scratch, it's not pure wool, and I buy. Oh, that's bizarre. That's really bizarre, Freaky Geek. Like, she should be labelling even her samples. That's because what if someone's like deathly allergic to something? They just wouldn't be able to shop there. I nearly wrote Freaky Geek on this card, you guys. Tiff is what I want to write. Yeah, not Freaky Geek, Tiff. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put new stickers over the top of those ones. Oh no, do you know, it sounds tragic. I may have to actually cut them off and redo them because I'm nearly out of stickers and I've got to wait a couple of days before I can get more stickers. I consider a good day if I eat chicken, cow, pig, or some fish, lol. Oh dear. I don't think of it like that. Actually, I don't think I ever have thought of it like that. Baking soda in water. Drink that before you eat anything brassica related or beans. It helps with the gas. Oh, there you go. Dry Good says label everything. Yeah, everything needs a label. One time I did have to do a lucky dip because I had some fibres and I had no idea what they were, but I had that thing signed. I was like, I do not know what these are. If you have any allergies, this is not for you because I don't know what's in here. But other than that, I don't. And that was just a once off, purely because a mix up with the supplier sent me all this stuff in one big bag with a list on the bag. That was annoying. The shop lady gets them unlabeled, so she herself is unsure what's what, but they are nice fibres. Yeah, well, that makes it hard if it's unlabeled for her as well, like I was just saying. I'd be getting up my supplier, honestly. I'd just be like, dude, how am I supposed to reorder this if I don't know what it is? Like, what if we really like it and we want like 50 kilos? You've got to make it exaggerate, because I don't buy 50 kilos of anything except for yarn. Oh, more colours, more colours. We'll do lots more minis because we're getting to the bottom of the mini bag. And also the mini labels are right there. Okay. Oh, look. The blurple. So you guys that don't know, every order over $50 on the Fibrific website at the moment is getting a free mini skein of the blurple colourway. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. To the left. Blurple. It was very original in that name. That's what my graphic designer named this colour when he sold it. When he sold it to me. When he was releasing it and describing it all, and this colour is more of a bluey purple, like a blurple, if you will. And I'm like, blurple it is. It shall forever be known as blurple. It's probably a real name for something and I just don't know it because I don't get into that sort of stuff. Allegra, hello! Welcome to the chat. It's a Saturday chat for us, something a bit different. Was working anyway, so I thought, why don't you keep me company while I work? So I don't normally work on a Saturday. I normally do family stuff, but I've been a bit behind lately with having Abby home sick for a week and then me getting sick for over a week. And I tried to plod, failed. Massive fails. But yeah, so, you know, I'm just trying to catch up without going too crazy, just a little bit crazy. Sock madness is upon me. I've been looking at your Insta feed, Allegra. I am loving the socks you're currently working on. They are gorgeous. I might have to get that pattern off you. Only 10 likes. Really, Freaky Geek? That's disappointing. That's what Abby does. When Abby winks at something, it's like a whole head thing. It's quite amusing. So, you know, Abby winks at you all. 11 likes. Yeah, excellent. It's spring break, Nature's Crafts, really. We're still suffering horrible, hot, muggy, yuck days here. We don't know what month it is. We have no idea what season it is. It's no season. It's just hot. Dandelion. And I realized I sent all my little strings off because I've had a friend's son helping me out, putting all the little strings on for me because he's bored. Like, haha, not bored now, mate. That'll learn you. Don't tell your mum you're bored. She gets her friends to send work over for you. And they do. But it means that I don't actually have any handy out here. There's more in the house, but there's none out here. Beep, beep, beep. Get in there. Tie it off. Nature Crafts had a blizzard last week. Do you know, I actually think I wouldn't mind a blizzard right now. Hey, Chris Bragg. Hey, I love that you've got Chris with all your numbers now. And now I can remember, because it's terrible. I'm the worst at remembering, as we know. It is a proven fact that I am the worst at remembering. Now, somewhere I have some swing tags with no stickers. Where did I put those? They're over there. Hang on, you guys. Look at pretty yarn while I run away and get more swing tags. Here we go. We've got some lake and some cough flat white and some mist. There you go. Hang on. What's that? Someone sent me a message. No, they didn't. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Sneak. Oh, no, I do have some. Excellent. Alrighty. So we've got double win. The double win is a ball of random, which is the ties, and also some ones already tied but without stickers. So we're good to keep going for a while. So I'll put some ties on these. I've had someone comment on the fact that I use silk for my ties. And what it was is I had a skein, a 100-gram skein of silk that an old Swift that I no longer have because I basically threw it in the backyard and set fire to it because it made me cry. It was a 3,000 yards of silk was on it, and it collapsed and the silk became an absolute nightmare mess and I couldn't fix it. And so what I did was I chopped it. I just basically lifted it off this, well, I had to chop it first and try and untangle it off the Swift, and then I chopped it into sort of like sections as such. So some of them are longer than others. They are not even, but I have been using this same mess of yarn for ages to make the swing tags, but I'm nearly out. I'm pretty chuffed. We're nearly done. So I'm either going to have to come up with something else or hack up another skein of silk, which doing it on purpose feels wrong. Using silk for swing tags on purpose feels wrong. But in saying that, it's nice and strong and it doesn't cut the yarn and it stays nice and tight. Lots of stuff happening in the chat. Inkle, DQ is there. Okay. Let me look here. I'm in the southwest of the USA. Okay, it's a bandwidth. Yeah, Inkle looms make like guitar straps and bag straps. They're like a long, thin, like you make really long but thin bands. It's awesome. It's pretty yarn. Oh, thank you, Freaky Geek. Sorry, Chris. I had it jump up just as I was reading it. A mess of yarn is better than yarn buff. Yes, it is. But it was yarn buff, which is why I was so sad. Sorry if you're quiet, Rebecca. Are you doing something else rather than, like, I mean, the reality is this is an additional live stream, so I'm just chuffed you guys are even here keeping me company while I work. But are you sneaky working or doing another job while you're listening? That's why you say a mess is better, Freaky. It slides out easily when you're ready to wind and isn't the same color as the yarn. Oh, is that your positive spin on the silk and helping me justify do it again? Because I really do need to think about it. I mean, I have got heaps of this, but like all sitting there undyed in this beautiful honey color, which it's a weaver's weight silk actually, speaking of weaving, you guys. I was spinning but can't do that in type 2. Sorry, Freaky Geek, for taking time away from your spinning. What ball winder do I use? The ball winder that I have is this one that's up here behind my head. It's a Nancy's Knickknacks motorized ball winder. The Swift that died was just a cheapy Chinese one. And I still use those. I get them all the time. I think they're a great inexpensive Swift, and I will gladly keep using them for, like, you know, the $30 that they are. They last me about 12 months and then I set fire to them. Joss is what this one's called. In the Facebook group, they probably mean the Fibrific Fun Zone, which is where we all chat when we're not live streaming, like when we're just on Facebook. I think you're a member of the Fibrific Fun Zone, aren't you? If not, you can pop in an application to join and I will okay that application. Chris, welcome to the live chat. This is an extra chat. We're having extra chat while I just get some work done. And we're testing out a microphone to see if it fails. And we've got different settings on the live stream to see if they fail. Did I label? I didn't write what that one was called. You know, it's basically we're testing the tech until it crashes and burns. And we are also doing some work at the same time. Where are we? I'll need to get some more of the silk down the track so I can make ribbons. Which silk do you like to use, Gamer Widows? This is Lake. I would have one of those floor looms if I could. I would love one of the floor looms with the pedals. Like the, is it the Shacked Wolf? and it folds up so it doesn't take up like half a house. In saying that, I've got a really nice tabletop, 4-shaft tabletop loom that I bought in 2015, and I still have not warped it up. And the only reason I remember it was 2015 is I got an email reminding me of something about that particular transaction this week, and I'm like, that was 2015? Oh my god. So maybe we'll be here for 6 hours. I don't think we'll be here for 6 hours. I'm sure something will crash by then. I'm thinking an hour or so. Like, I just want to test it to see if it would last the length of a normal stream. The reality is, so you know, we may not go as long, we might go as long, it might crash and burn, and you know, you hear on the news that this lady's house caught fire, and no, let's not wish that on me. But yeah, it's we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. This microphone is a bit hit and miss, but I just did a software upgrade on it, and I'm hoping that it was a software issue and not a hardware issue, because if it's hardware it means I have to replace it, and I don't want to replace it. Because I've only had it for like, I don't know, 3 years or something, and I feel like I should get longer out of it, really. The reality is, I feel like I should get longer out of my equipment. Testing new stuff. Hey, shall I start walking around the house or go sit in my safe zone? I don't know, Christine. I don't know. But after Thursday, I think sitting in your safe zone would be nice. Thanks. Christine destroyed the live stream the other day. It's all Christine's fault. She kept moving, and every time she moved, the stream dropped. Time to frog that and start over. Oh, hang on. I was trying to knit a lace-weight lace scarf I cast on 2 years ago, and it went horribly wrong. Yeah, I'd frog it and start again for sure. Get the bad juju out of the yarn and just, you know, oops, hello, what am I doing there? Tweak. You know, get the bad juju out of your project. That's what I say. Dandelion. I don't even know if that's how you spell dandelion. D-A-N-D-E-L-I-O-N. Is that correct? Am I spelling dandelion wrong? And just made up a word just for this? I mean, it's never happened before. All the time. All the time. I've already ripped it out and sent a bunch of cuss words. Yep. That sounds fair. That sounds really fair. D-A-N-D-E-L-I-O-N. Yes, that's how I'm spelling it. Woohoo! Winner! I haven't invented new words this week. Many. Oh, lovely tea. Lovely jubbly. Okay, we're going to put those aside. And I want to fix these ones that I botched with the wrong tags. Have you got a mini tag? Or yes, you do. Because like they're different tags. So like this is like the full skein, and this is the mini. And like, so it's got the weights and lengths for the different length skeins, so that people don't have to do maths and divide 400 by 4. Oh dear. Let me just pack some of this away. Abby is messaging me on Facebook. Let's see what she has to say. She's found a shirt. Is it in your size? I hope her dad lets her buy it, but I'm not going to respond. Back to the live chat. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to cut these off so that I can reuse the tags, because I am a cheapskate, but I'll have to retie them. Get off. Because these are all repeatable colours, I will be able to reuse those tags. Get some minis over here. Mini Mist. Let's have a look. Gosh, the silk is thin. It would have been a nightmare to untangle. Oh, Jai, you've no idea, honestly. It's 3,000 yards per 100 grams. It's my Seek 2 silk. And it's beautiful, beautiful silk. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But to untangle it was making me cry. And I was just like, and you know what? Going with scissors made me feel really good. So I hacked it up. Wasn't me for once, that's right. Tale of the Woe skein was silk. Oh no. That Tale of Woe was a total tale of woe. But that Tale of Woe, did it end up like with a happy ending, or was that like we give up and set fire to it in a cathartic? Oh man, she sent me like 700 messages. She knows I'm live. She knows. 3 messages. It's 3. It's not 700. She'd be like, Dad won't buy it for me. Let's see what's happening. It's one without a hole and it's a medium. Then buy it. Buy it. Send. Stop talking to me about it. Just buy it. Flat white. Oh, she is. She'll just let me know. Excellent. I'm live, and everyone knows you're buying a new shirt. Bit of fun for everybody. Go back here. Go back there. Go back. There we go. All right. Sorry, I'm just messaging my daughter while we chat. Is that wildly inappropriate? Sorry if it is. 4 days of detangling that's balled up in my drawer. We'll use it for weaving. Yeah, I would. Like these silks are quite strong and they can cope with a good weave. You need to be used. And you need to be used. So these are the little reuse them pile. This is the other pile. That's good. All right, now we have another job. That job is finished. So we've got a pile of minis there from the other day. We'll put all these ones back in. So everything's all together. I can't reach the pile of minis, or I would. But I'll hold up the bag for you in a second so you can have a look at the rainbow colour of amaze balls. There we go. There it is there. Move that out of the way now. Hopefully we won't disconnect any power cords or anything. Next job is Mystery Lace has not gone out yet because I'm behind on so many things. We got one out to Kim to get the photos up for everywhere, and now we need to get all the things done. So what I'm doing, I've got their stickers, and now I'm just going to go through and put all the stickers on. See, like, not all the jobs are exciting and fun. We want her to model it and do a twirl since we all know she has a new top. I will tell her. She'll probably put a photo up somewhere. She might pop it into the fun zone. Abby's a member in the fun zone now. Although she tried to invite some friends in, I'm like, honey, I don't think it's the place for you and your friends to hang out. I know it's a nice, safe place on the internet, but maybe not. It's like thug life, but with messy hair, cold coffee, and dirty dog. Is there a way you might want to come down to Canberra's celebration of wool? It's in May. Well, there is want, and then there is possibility of doing it. Last year's celebration of wool looked fantastic, and I would love to come down, but I should probably look into it before I say yes or no. I need to look in and get some information and talk to the husbeast. He actually just got home from Canberra yesterday. He had to go down for a couple of days for work. I've got a label printer for Christmas. It saves me so much time addressing things. Oh, absolutely. I've got a Dymo printer for my Australia Post parcels, and it prints the big, 4 to a sheet labels that go on the big bags, and that's been a godsend. The stickers are really expensive, but as it's thermal printed, I don't have to worry about ink. Husbeast, I feel that. Yeah. I don't know how he feels about me calling him Husbeast, actually. I should probably check. So yeah, Mystery Lace Club, this month's yarn is called Wildwood. If you want to check out the spoiler, it's up on Ravelry. If you're a financial member of the Mystery Lace Club, it is in the exclusive Mystery Lace Club group, which is for financial members only. Night MSAK Spain, have a fantastic weekend. That's it for those. So they're done. But what I do so I don't waste any stickers, these was for the Mystery Lace Club. Pop that aside. But I've printed up the extra stickers of just the standard yarn to bag up and put for next time I dye up some more Triangulum. Triangulum is our 50% Superwash Merino 50% Tencel. You know, I just sat here and remembered what it was when it's written right in front of me. 800 meters per 100 grams. Widow Gamer says, tech hubby here. Alison says, I needed a fine silk shawl and made the mistake of pulling from the inside of the ball and got a major tangle that defeated me, had to cut it. Never again pulling from the middle for the yarn. Oh my gosh. That's horrible. Oh no. I love knitting from the middle of a ball, but when it comes to pure silk, outside of the ball is the way to go, because it's grabby. It's got little grabby bits and goes, I don't want to go, I love it here so much. So it wants to be all like, you know, together with its friends. The other thing is, you might notice, is these Triangulum silks, they say $30. Triangulum stickers say $30, but the Triangulum that's currently on the website is $28. So we've just had to have a little price increase because my Triangulum yarn comes from the UK and the Aussie dollar is against the pound. So I had to put my prices up by quite a lot. Ugh. So that's fun. But anyway, sorry. It's back to the chat. I've done that with 2-ply. It's so sad. Oh, yep. It's very, very sad. So how many thumbs ups have we got, just out of curiosity, because I can't see it without refreshing, and I don't want to refresh because I'm lazy. You guys know that, don't you? Don't you? You should have worked it out by now. I'm like, yeah, if I don't have to do it, I ain't gonna do it. Where are we at? Okay, that's it. That's all of those. I've got stickers. They need to go into their own little bag. I think I've got some old Triangulums here with the old price on them. I'll have to go through that. We'll work out if we can sneak a few more in at the old price before putting them in at the new price. Hey Helen! 21 watching. I got 22. I can see how many are watching just by looking at this particular screen I've got, but not at how many are liking. Hey Tammy Webb, welcome to this very, very impromptu chat. I thought that this was going to take longer, these jobs, so I'm out of jobs. So we're going to do this. We're going to do a very exciting task. It's thrilling. Are you ready for the thrilling, exciting task of adding silk to unmarked tags, so that when I want to skein yarn, which I've got a whole pile inside, I found a secret supply of sunflower that I had dyed up, but that was tucked aside behind something that I thought was something else, that are all just waiting to be skeined, or reskeined, I should say. You're excited that I'm here, or excited that someone else is here? You've been lurking, Helen. That's totally fine. Lurkers are more than welcome. More than welcome. Try and get that in. So yeah, so I'm just doing fun tasks. I'm here to answer any questions that you have at the moment. We've got the Fibrific website birthday promo running, where you get the free mini skein of the Blurple. So it's about 98 meters in the mini skeins, which is so nice. I'm excited that you are here. Yeah, Drygood says no, you reskein. No, what it is I've changed how I do my dyeing, and these have been dyed a little while ago, I'd say, but they've got disposable ties on them. Like, I used to skein up the yarn because it comes on cones, and then tie it all off so that it wouldn't become a mess. And I used to use this just blue cotton because no matter what, I would always have to zhuzh out the skeins because of the process that I had. They would always be a little messy or whatever, and so there's always this step that I had to do anyway. So, you know, why not just use these ties? Well, now I actually use the same yarn as the tie, and it dyes with the yarn, and I don't have to do that step at all. But so I put it on the Swift, make sure it's all neat, cut those ties off, and then retie it. That's all. It's not really proper reskeinin. It's just tidying up the skeins. I've got a couple that need reskeining though, because they're a mess. But other than that, my hubby says you sound like his sister. Oh, really? Is that a good thing? I'm hoping that's a good thing. And not an eerie thing, because that could be weird too. Sally's in her car coming home from shopping. Oh, I told him you had me hooked since you were able to say my last name. That is so cool. I honestly thought I destroyed it. So, you know, that's great. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really read it properly tonight. Or today. Blue type of Wallfly, green type of socket. Yes, that's the thing. I had different colours to remind me, but I don't need that anymore because I don't. Joe Good retracted a message. What was that? What message did you retract? Grr. But yeah, so, you know, we're just testing out this to see if we crash. We're basically going to run for a bit longer. What's the time now? We've been running for about 47 minutes, which is great. I've gotten lots of work done. I've got the stickers ready for the Mystery Lace Club now. I've got the yarn all labelled up ready for its photo shoots. Then I have to do the photo shoots, which I'll probably do tomorrow afternoon. And then after I'm going out for a birthday lunch celebration with my husband. But yeah, so Sally had to buy a dress for a wedding next weekend. Oh, that's exciting. I don't mind dress shopping. I can always get a nice dress from City Chic for myself. It's more of a case of how much am I willing to spend. But I've always been able to pick up dresses that fit and flatter for me at City Chic. I'm very happy to say. Is Chris off? Good night, Chris. I hope you have a great weekend. Because it's Friday night for lots of you, isn't it? Saturday morning here for me. Leanne says the audio and the picture has been perfect so far. That is fantastic. Dry Good says I can't tell the difference between a 4-ply and a sock because technically sock weight is 4-ply. That's why we can't tell the difference, but sock yarn has nylon in it. All my 4-plies have nylon in it. I don't have anything that doesn't, I don't think. But the one, I do get one in every now and again for special, and they feel differently. I've got one that's an MCN, so it's merino nylon cashmere, but it feels totally different to my standard, to the new Pegasus. It feels very different. They both feel beautiful, but different. Love a nice dress for a wedding. Yeah, for sure. I need to find a confirmation dress for kiddo. For Abby, I used to go to Myers and buy her dresses. They go up to girls size 16s. But my local Myers is closed down, so I don't have that option anymore. But we went to, what was it called? It was this weird store called, I'll find the name for you, Gamer Widows. Abby got a gorgeous dress to wear to my cousin's wedding, and it was like $30. And it was beautiful, and we needed to do no alterations. So I was really impressed with it, and so was Abby, and it was in this gorgeous dark blue. Where are we? That's where I bought it from. Like the fact that I can get away wearing... Yeah, I know. It is exciting when you walk into City Chic and the sizes are different, so you don't feel quite so, you know, large. Whereas other stores you walk in and you're like, sorry, we don't cater for you. It's like, yeah, I know. I'm not buying for me. No dresses here, pants all the time. Really, Freaky? Because that surprises me. Christine Crisper's cashmere. I just discovered it and love it. Cash Merino is Nature Crafts Jam. Yeah, I like a nice cashmere merino. It is good. The thing is, you've just got to watch cashmere. It can be a little pilly. But it's worth it, I reckon. It's totally worth it. You know, that's exquisite softness. Helen says that she's a big girl herself, hates dresses. Look, I'm normally pants all the way. Seriously, right now, pants. I wear shorts and 3/4 legs like all the time. But when I want to go out somewhere special, like a wedding or something like that, I dress up. I put a dress on. I still wear flat shoes though. So yeah, I always wear flats. I've got busted knees. I do not need shoes that require a step ladder to get into, because I feel sometimes shoes are very, very high. So yeah, I wear flats, and I try and get some nice cute flats, but it's getting harder and harder to get cute flats because, you know, ridiculous high heels are so in, and I find that frustrating. So frustrating, because I don't like them. I mean, I like how they look. I think they look great. I'm not wearing them. I fall over. Is the cashmere pilly because it's a shorter fibre? Yeah, it comes up out of the yarn a little, and it's a bit shorter. Also, they tend to not twist it as much. So if you've got a slightly softly, if your yarn is softly twisted, and not like really tightly plied or something, it's more likely to become pilly. It's, I'm not sure if you know Bendigo Woolen Mills. There's a few people used to complain about their luxury because it was beautiful to use, but it would pill more than say classic, and it's because it's more softly spun and plied, and that's why it's so squishy. It's kind of like the trade-off, isn't it? Do you want soft and squishy, or do you want a bit more plied? And some yarns can pull off being a bit soft while being quite heavily plied, but not many. Oh, I got a knot there. Nature's Cross, I'm 5'9". I do not want to wear high heels. I'm 5'3", and I do not want to wear high heels. Helen says no shorts here either. I don't like the way my legs look, so I don't show them. You know, Helen, I agree with you for the most part, but it gets so hot here sometimes. I'm like, do you know what? I'm a big girl. I'm going to be a big girl in these shorts, or I'm going to be a big girl in this Hessian sack, which I sometimes feel that fashion expects me to wear because I'm a big girl, or you know, a floral muumuu. I'm going to be a big girl no matter what. It doesn't matter what I wear. I'm going to be a big girl, and if I'm comfortable in it, I'm going to wear it. And there are days where I'm not comfortable in shorts. I'm just like, oh no. And then there's other days where I'm like, you know what? It is too damn hot to worry about anything. But I do like to wear longer shorts. Like my shorts go to nearly my knees. Like my shorts are long shorts. I don't wear short shorts because that's just terrifying. But, you know, I just like, I have to accept that, you know, the clothes I want, I can't normally get in my size. And I've kind of got to go the best of what I can get. Sally says she can't walk in heels. Neither can I, Sally. Neither can I. My legs don't look, no eyes down there, but I hate how the wind finds its way up the short legs. Freaks me out. Christine has been able to wear heels since an injury in her teens. Oh my gosh. Tammy says, I'm so excited. My new ChiaoGoo needles are teaching this old crochet to knit. I'm practicing continental. Oh, that's fantastic, Tammy. I'm so glad that you're getting it. That is such good news. And I'm so glad you love your needles as well. So that's exciting too. It's thrilling when you like, I think I've got it. I think I can do this. And then you can move on to like a more trickier pattern and you're like, I've totally got this. So it's exciting. It's totally exciting. The fact that my legs get hairier than most guys, yeah, that's never a good thing. That's always like, I don't like, my legs grow hair and that's just life, but I do wax them pretty regularly, but you know, there's that time they got to grow back before you can wax it. But guess what, I'm still wearing shorts, and if someone says something, I'm just like, I'm waiting for a waxing appointment. Go away, you rude thing. The only person who's commented would be my husband in jest. How long has this stream been going? It has been going for 55 minutes. Have we crashed and burned yet? Is the audio still good? The best is when you're done and your folks tell you look like it's machine made. Is that when you're knitting? That is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Hey, Kirby. Just easy to, yeah, sometimes it is, for sure. In winter, you know, jeans, long pants all the time, less waxing appointments. We want that growth layer of warmth. But, you know, in summer, it's so hot here, honestly. It is so hot that I just can't bear. I can't bear it. And it's not a fashion thing, it's what I can bear. The audio is great. Thank you, Tammy. That's fantastic. No buffering so far from Freaky. Kirby frowns, always sneaking lives past my radar. I'm sorry, Kirby. This one truly is I had to tweak some stuff because this week's live stream was a nightmare. And I also had to get heaps of work done. So I thought, why don't I test it out? And I didn't really advertise it. I just threw a little message up in the Fibrific Fun Zone. But that was about it. So it really is a surprise. So you guys are all the hardcores who get notifications or saw it in the Fun Zone and went hunting. How did you find out about the stream? Just out of curiosity, did you get notified by YouTube, or did you spot it, the little message that I threw up in the Fun Zone saying I was thinking about going live, and then so you came over to see if I was here? I'd love to know which way it was. Because Thursday, was it Thursday? Thursday someone was like, oh my god, I got notified that you were live and you were still live. Because sometimes YouTube throws out the notifications after the live stream is over. It's so frustrating. Gamer Widows says, I saw your post and then I also got a notification. Sally was the same, that's great. Sherry was notified. The bell got a red dot for me on it on YouTube, so you got notified as well, Freaky, so that's awesome. Tammy spotted the message on Facebook. Notification, notification, notification. Wow, that's awesome that some notifications are actually going out. So, you know, win. That's great. YouTube's been having a really big problem with notification system. They actually feel that even if a person has clicked the bell icon, that they may not want to be notified when every video comes on. And so they do this percentage thing. They throw out a notification to something like 5% of the subscribers, and if people jump in and interact or what have you, then they throw it out to the next 5%. And the next 5%, and so on and so on. And it's really frustrating for everybody because no one knows what the exact algorithm is behind it except for YouTube. And they've actually come out and said, we don't think everyone wants all their notifications, so we don't send them all out on purpose. So, oh gosh, hubby interrupted and now I'm behind. Oh no, Joy. Someone tell Jai to slide the slider ahead and she can go back later. In fact, I got another notification of a live feed, but I will stay here. Freaky, you're awesome. Thank you. Helen says that she doesn't get anything on Facebook lately. I'm going to have another sip of my tea. I should bring the lid out to keep it hot, shouldn't I? Nature's Crafts, I agree with you. If I click the bell, I want to be told. And all the others, I don't mind the others if I don't always get notified. But if I've clicked that bell, I want a notification. I've asked to be notified. So, yeah. YouTube is weird. I sometimes get notifications when I haven't tapped the bell. For me, I think the algorithm looks at how much you watch the channel in question. Oh, it does, for sure. It looks at the kind of content that you watch as well. So if another YouTuber who you're subscribed to, even though you haven't clicked the bell, has similar content to someone who you've been watching, then YouTube will be like, hey, this guy's live. And you're like, that's great. Thanks. No. So, yeah. Frustration stations. But at the end of the day, while it does cost me for the equipment and the internet, the actual upload and everything to YouTube is free. And, you know, they host all my videos so that we can all go back and watch them whenever we want for free. So while I get a little frustrated, I can't complain too much, really, can I? because if I had to pay for software that does this, which there is companies out there I can do it with, where it's hosted myself and you have to go to my website or something to do this. It's totally doable. It's totally a thing. It's not free. It's well not free. It's thousands of dollars. So I'm very grateful that we get to do this at all. But I do get frustrated a little when I want notifications and I don't get them. It's like grr, 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 grr. Come on out. See, there's knots and stuff now because I'm getting close to the chunky bit. I wish YouTube and Facebook would stop deciding for us what we want to see. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be good if you could just get all the things you ask for, and the pages that you like get the notifications? Wouldn't that be novel? Kirby says, I ran out of yarn for my icy pond whip, so I tried to be a daredevil and use black yarn to crochet a hook case. It's chugging along. I've still got to finish my hook case. I made a clover hook case for myself. All the crocheting's done, and I have done all the surface crochet because I wrote clover on it. Wasn't the greatest of surface crochet, but I'm happy enough with that. I need more swing tags. Hang on a second, I'm just going to go and grab another handful of swing tags. I'll be back. You guys can look at these beautiful swing tags and chat amongst yourselves. Boop, I'm back, and she's back. I don't know how many more I'll be able to do until I run out of silk, but I will keep going. We have hit the hour mark on this live stream, so we are still going. Let's see if this microphone copes, because sometimes it's nice not to have the lav mic, and it works. We know it works, but sometimes it's good to have a backup, and I was out of backups. Why are you? Because you don't belong in there. Poke, poke, poke. I'll keep these stored away for later. What's everyone working on? That's a great question, Tammy. What is everyone working on? I am spinning some fibers, which I'm nearly done, which I put aside because I've got other things to do, like work things. And I'm also knitting that gorgeous Letty's Knits free sort of shawl thing. What's it called? I'm looking at it. I can't think of what it's called, but it's a free pattern from Letty's Knits. Tammy said everything's working great today, isn't it? It's fantastic. I'm just blown away, actually. I did tweak and change some settings, so it could be that. It could be the fact that it's Saturday and everyone's off doing fun stuff because it's a beautiful day here, so people are out. But it could be that my tongue's in the right spot. I don't know. I can never tell what makes a good stream and what makes a bad stream, like technology wise. Like when I did the speed upload, the download speed was real dodgy and the upload speed was really good, like for me. And I'm thinking this is either going to work or not going to work, but let's run with it and see. And it seems to be working, so that's good. Mel's working on Hohi's Odyssey shawl in the last colour. That is nice. I really want to make Hohi's Coastal Walk shawl that we had for Mystery Lace Club in January, I think. It's such a gorgeous pattern. And being able to do lace and DK. Hello. Sally Schilling's about to finish dyeing some yarn. Good job, Sally. How long do you think that pile of silk will last for tags? Honestly, I've been using the same one now for about a year. So it's done a lot. It was a 3,000 yard thing, and I don't know how long this is. Like each piece has been approximately this long, which I don't have a thing here. I'd say 30 centimeters, so 12 inches, approximately 12 inches long. So yeah. Now switch to the Rebel flag. I bought a rainbow sparkly sock yarn from Fiverfest last weekend, so I'm making vanilla socks. The Dyed is a new small business and it's fantastic. Ah, awesome. I love checking out dyers. Helen's getting a bit sick of the red, white and blue. My dog is losing her mind. Oh, you guys, I think she thought that everyone had gone out together because Tim and Abby went out to get their hair cut and go to the shops. And then I went out and did the gates for them because we opened and closed the gates because the chicken's free range. And then I came straight into the shed and was working in the shed. Then I heard Snowy doing that whole I'm a sad dog cry. And I was like, oh no. And I've run inside and I was like, Snowy, are you okay? And she was like, wait, what? You didn't leave me alone? So yeah, so I don't know if she does that whenever we go out now. Because I know she never used to. She just harassed Georgie, but now that Georgie's gone, I'm not sure if she just howls whenever she's alone, which would just be so sad. Leanne has just finished the new V-Land scarf and the beautiful Malia beanie as a set, very textured. I'll have to check those out. Leanne, are you going to pop a photo up in the Fiberific Fun Zone? I'd love to see it. Jai's crocheting a dragon's tail, and I always have an Adidas pattern on hook. 2 baby blankets. I am planning for my next crochet project once I finish this other one that I've got to do. Adiday's new shawl. It looks amazing. So I'm going to have a play with that. Need to be finishing a blanket, but I can't stop these Chow-goos. I'm enjoying this new adventure. I'm so glad, Tammy. I'm so glad. I know when I first started learning to, like when I first got happy with knitting, because I'd learnt knitting before and I just didn't enjoy it. So I was a crocheter. Like I just figured I'm a crocheter. I enjoy crochet more than knitting, and that is okay. But then when I learnt continental knitting and I was like, oh my God, I'm a knitter as well. I found that I went down the knit path for a while just because there were so many things that I hadn't been able to do, and then I've gone back and now I'm probably about half and half. And I try to keep a project of each on the go, because depending on my mood I might want to do one or another. Game Widow says my dog plays the sad doggy song too. It's so sad, isn't it? It's so sad. Freaky Geek, mind you, I say this as it's a Friday night for me. Oh, I missed something that Freaky said. Hang on a second, got to go back. I think Tammy, it's Friday night for Tammy as well. I think it's Saturday for me and Leanne and a couple of others, and then Friday night for the rest of you. So, you know, party time. Watch me make swing tags. It's got to be thrilling. It's thrilling, you guys. This is thrilling entertainment. You're all awesome for keeping me company while I see if I can make this microphone work for a whole stream. Because this is the one that did that weird thing with the voice. You remember that, where every now and again the voice tone would all of a sudden just drop, and it would be like I believe someone described it as I went into my 1-900 call voice. Rebecca Nelson is starting the Tunisian Express shawl tomorrow. I need a long Tunisian project because I have something I need to work on, and it needs to be Tunisian, that needs, but like not just a standard hook. I need a flexible cable. Like I've got a flexible cable hook, no problems, but I need to do a project using a flexible cable hook. So if you guys want to throw some suggestions out there and maybe throw some links up to the Fiberific Fun Zone, I would love to see some suggestions. I'm thinking either 4-ply or DK. I can't use worsted, although my DK is a pretty thick DK, so I could probably just sub it out. Christine says, I'm thrilled. I get to sit on my butt in my knitting corner. Oh, that's cool. Tammy says, I've been a crocheter for 40 years, so this is a really new adventure for me. I was thinking now I have to learn to read knit patterns too. Yeah, it's no biggie. Like, it's like anything. Give yourself the opportunity to learn, decide you want to learn, and learn it. Like, that's how I go about everything in my life. That's how I learned how to live stream. and how to make YouTube videos. I don't have a background in video. I have a background in theatre, doing lighting for theatre. That's my only part of my background that in any way helps with any of this. But I wanted to learn how to do it, and that's why we crash and burn sometimes. It's because I'm still learning. And yeah, but I love it. I love it a lot. And I think, you know, with technology and now that technology is opening up the world for more people and there's more styles and patterns and techniques that we can all learn, I think we need to be open to learning them, because we have the opportunity to learn. So why wouldn't you, is my theory. Why wouldn't you want to learn something new? What's wrong with learning new things? You may realise that you still prefer the other thing, and that's totes fine. But, you know, why wouldn't you take that opportunity? Joe Good says it's Saturday 1:30 for you. Yeah, it's 12:30 for me, and I've just realised, because I'm like, I'm a bit peckish. I may not have had breakfast. I may have just had a cup of coffee and came out here. And, see, sometimes there's bits like this that are just useless. So, there's been no problem with the sound. I am so happy. I am so relieved. I was getting really upset because this is what I use to record the audio for my pre-recorded videos, and I've got some new ones coming out soon. So I wanted to not have to upgrade that particular piece of equipment because it is not inexpensive. So being able to know that I can use it again is a relief. Absolutely a relief. So I ran the software upgrades on it through the week, and this morning, like they ran really quickly, but I just hadn't looked at it since. So I was like, oh, maybe we can try it. So I'm so glad I, you know, risked it for the biscuit and gave it a try. So I'm chuffed, totally chuffed. We're at a minute 12. I'm going to go till about a minute 30, a minute 45, and then we'll break it up. So we've still got about half an hour. So if you've got anything you want to ask that's, you know, yarn related or YouTube related, throw it at me and I'll see what I can do. Happy to help anybody if I can. Leanne says, I'd love to do Adiday's new crochet shawl, the Waru. Yep, that's the one I want to do. Perhaps in some fibrific yarn would be lush. Yeah, I'm going to be dyeing up some speckles of the whatchamacallit, Pegasus, this week is my goal on Tuesday. And yeah, we're going to try and get some speckles in to go with some of these semi-solids that we've already got. And then I'm going to go with a light and a dark and a speckle for mine. So yeah, I don't know what you want to do for yours. You'll have to let me know and I'll try and make sure we've got some options available. There's not been Friday night 7:32 here in Vegas. My yarn cakes have been happy in the yarn bowl holders from the Facebook group. Mine too. Isn't that a great little pattern? I was actually looking at it the other day thinking I might see if Claire would mind if we move it into a page document so that it's always easy to get, and then I can have other things at the top again. But if you guys don't know what we're talking about, go and check out in the Fibrific Fun Zone. It's the first document. Claire Bartowski's put together these little crocheted yarn bowls, and they keep your ball really, or your crochet cake or your yarn cakes really in good condition. Like I literally throw mine in and out of my handbag, and it's been fine. It's been totally fine. Stacy, welcome to the chat. Stacy has her prizes from the Fibrific Finish Along, and she said the yarn is beautiful. Thank you, Stacy. Which reminds me, I should probably remove that one so that people don't try and buy it. I have to save up for some yarn cakes and cut out the pink bits for a Tunisian top. Oh, because you don't want to wear pink. Of course. Are you going 3 or 4 colours? I think I'm going to go 3, but I'm going to have a good... well, I've got to download and buy the pattern. And so once I have a good read, I'll have a decide, and I might go 4. I normally go 3 with hers, but, you know, maybe this time I'll go 4. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Actually, that's reminded me, I'll contact Deanne. Deanne has told me that I'm allowed to make some kits for that pattern, so that's cool too. even though her original design is in the gorgeous work of Peter from Dingo Dye Works. If you guys don't know Peter, you should go and check out her website. I don't know the link off the top of my head, but Dingo Dye Works in Western Australia. Peter hand dyes all the yarn herself, and it's beautiful. It's just stunning. You should go and check her out. Where are we? So I just totally dropped my phone, forgetting I had my earphones in my ears, and walked away, phone sitting on the table. Oh no. I should really make some of those bowls for when I take my yarn with me, which is always, yeah, I'm the same, Lindsay. My yarn's always traveling. The Waru is really beautiful. I'm doing mine in alpaca. Oh, that sounds lovely, Jai, except for the whole fact I'm allergic to alpaca. But that will be lovely and drapey. Leanne says, I have the pattern. Oh my god, yes, I'll wait for you to choose colours then. Oh no. Now the pressure's on. Now the pressure's on. Gosh. Hang on, I'll get this one in here, and then I'm gonna have a sip of tea because my throat's being a bit raspberry. Let's have a look here. Oh, Sally's phone's okay, but it's got a bit of dye on it. Oh no, Sally. I am still waiting for my new phone that was supposed to arrive on the 8th of March, 23rd of March, and I still don't have it, and I don't have an ETA for me. So it could be months away, and I'm really frustrated because my phone is dying. It is not dying in the good way of yarn colours. It is dying in the way of its battery does not last half a day, and it's got a screen burn of something on there. It looks like a Google logo and a line, which is frustrating when you look at anything that's white. And I just want a new phone because I want to play with the new camera, because the new camera looks amazing, and I want the new toy. I want the new toy is really what it's boiling down to, guys. I want my toy. I'm not at all a child. Yes, I am. Totally. Totally a child. Oh, come out. Good. Ghost image is not good. Yeah, it's frustrating is what it is. For the most part, I can't see it. Like if I'm on YouTube or something like that, I don't see it. But if I'm on a white screen, like say I'm like reading a website or a Medium article or something with a white background, it's right there, right in the middle. And I'm just like, man, I don't even remember doing that. Like, obviously I would have had to have it on some screen for a while. Rebecca says the link for the Tunisian Express shawl is in the Facebook group. Thank you for throwing that into the fun zone for me. I'll check that out after we finish here. Yeah, for sure. Up to the third colour, and I'm doing 4 colours. Deanne has made a really lovely one out of the black wattle yarn. She has, hasn't she? So many good colours, so many good colour options. Just so much prettiness. Deanne's designs are just so nice. I love making them. I really love my add along jumper that I made, and I'm really keen to make another one. This time I will listen to what Deanne said and go down a size or 2, because I ought not. I talked to her about it because I have big arms, right? So I can wear like a size 18 as long as it's got no sleeves. The second I need sleeves, I'm up to a 20 or a 22, right? I've got really big arms. And so whenever I make a sweater, I usually have to make a totally much bigger size because the sleeves are normally too narrow. And so I went up a couple of sizes, and Deanne was like, oh, you're not going to need to do that with this one because the sleeves are generous. And I was like thinking, yeah, like I believe that they are more generous than usual because I definitely looked at, but I also didn't believe that they would be generous on me, because you know what it's like, you have a different image of yourself than other people around you. And she was right. So the sweater I've made is enormous. It's so squishy and comfortable though that I'm not going to frog it. I'm totally keeping it for like sweats on the couch kind of sweater, or like, you know, multi-layering sweater, because it's so big. I could totally wear another jumper under it without a problem. Gosh, I love the new cameras on phones. So awesome for landscape pictures. Oh, the new Samsung S10 Plus, which is what I've got or got coming, has got this amazing widescreen camera on it, and it just looks phenomenal. It really does. Jai Good has got the 10S Plus. Yeah, that's the one I'm waiting on, Jai. I want it. I'm so frustrated with Telstra right now. I'm just like, ugh, just send my phone already. Stop sending me texts. Your order has moved in the queue. We will let you know where we're up to next week. Yay, thanks. Not. Just send my phone. But I had a whinge on Facebook about it, because like that's what I do. I have a whinge. And Samsung actually responded to my whinge, which I was really shocked about. So Telstra didn't, but Samsung totally did. Sherry says we are our own worst critic. Yes, we are. We really are. Stacey says, I want to make that sweater, but I'm still worried about the size 2. In what regard, Stacey? Are you worried about like sleeve length or like, I think trust the measurements in the pattern. Like, I would say, I would do that. It's supposed to be like a 3/4 length. And I know there have been some people who have adjusted to make longer sleeves. I personally like a 3/4 length. Because a 3/4 length on my very big arms is still a full length. Because while I've got round arms, they're short. Oh, but I would totally be, you know. I've got the jumper pattern, but I'm not going to totally start, Jai. It's beautiful. And I was in the, what do you call that? The tester group for it. And even with the tester group going backwards and forwards and getting everything just right, I still got a beautiful sweater out of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it didn't end up being like a frog it and dump it kind of job. The instructions are great. There's charting to help with the neckband. It's totally worth doing. Totally worth doing. The cameras, doesn't it have 6 or something? No, it has 3 on the back and... yeah, there's 3 cameras on the back. Is there 1 or 2 on the front? There might be 2 on the front. I'm not sure. They're doing a lot of stuff with the software too. I was a bit torn. I was tossing up between the Samsung and the Pixel, because while like the Pixel has got the best photos, like hands down the best photos, but some of their other functions are a bit, yeah, whereas the Samsung was a bit more of an all-rounder for me. Lots of iPhone users, Apple users, sorry guys, I can't help with that at all. I need patterns that are generous for the girls. Yeah, Lindsay, I would totally try, I would have a look at Addy Day's sweater pattern, because there's a lot of areas where she tells you how to make more room for the girls, and you know, I would definitely give it a try personally. Where are we? You can always find a way to work. Yeah, you can always find a way, but sometimes it's nice if the pattern helps. If you're a knitter, I would highly recommend what's her name? She does that little chicken jumper that I still haven't finished. Ysolda Teague, Big City Girls or something like that. I can't remember. It's a book. You can buy it digitally, and the patterns in there are fantastic, and everything can be adjusted. Absolutely everything can be adjusted, which I love so much. So I can make it fit around the front, I can make it fit on my arms, I can make the length fit because I'm short. So many things that I can change in her patterns, which I love. I think it's great. I've made 3 top-down jumpers and I'm not happy with any of them. Oh, that's a shame, Jai. That's a shame. which ones have you made? Like, maybe we can make some suggestions. There's lots of avid crafters in here today. All the diehards are here. All. Stacey says, I've only ever crocheted blankets or shawls. A garment is still a bit scary. This particular garment, like the Adelong sweater, has got a lot of half double crochet, which I have to confess is my favourite crochet stitch. I know it sounds weird having a favourite crochet stitch, but I definitely love a half double crochet. And so, I don't know, as long as you can count, you're pretty good. And she tells you to put markers in. Her patterns are fantastic. They really are. And just do a gauge swatch and double check you get engaged. And then after that, just follow the instructions of the pattern. Like, trust me, it's good. Hey, two Arctic Wolves, welcome to the chat. I know it's a bit of an unusual one for us to go on a Saturday, but we are. I'm trying to design my own sweater, but not happy with how my sleeves are turning out. It's in the naughty corner. Yeah. Yep. And sleeves can make or break a sweater, especially if they're a bit bulky under the arm or something like that. Definitely. Sherry says the first garments I made, I did in a cowl. Hey Marion, welcome to the live chat that we're running. We're seeing if I can run a live chat without crashing. That's what we're doing here today. I'm making, like, I'm, doing some work, catching up on some stuff, and testing out my original microphone that I used to use, now that I've done some updates on it, to see if it's going to be a good boy, and go from there. Two Arctic Wolves has just gotten back from voting. Awesome. Congratulations on voting. Did you get a sausage sizzle? Because in Australia, most voting stalls have sausage sizzles at them. We're not having any votes up here in Queensland at the moment. Freaky Geek has heirloom seeds. They're from apples I purchased from an expensive store. Ah. It is. I use there's a few companies that you can actually go to in Australia to get the heirloom seeds, and you get so many more options, and things like tomatoes, heirloom tomatoes. Oh my god, you guys, like, if you start to think tomatoes are a bit bland and tasteless, it's because the ones that we get at the shop, at Woolies and what have you, are designed so they can travel. Heirloom tomatoes can't travel. They need to go from the plant to your plate, basically. But they are sweet and delicious and amazing. Where are we? Bobby Pearson, welcome to the chat, lurking, but the signal's not very strong. I'm sorry, Bobby. I'm glad you could make it into the chat, though. There was a sausage sizzle, but you didn't get one. I don't know whether or not to be disappointed. I don't know what to say about that. But I am glad that there was one. Because one time I went to vote and there was no sausage sizzle, and I was actually like, what? What do you mean there's no sausage sizzle? I have to go to another voting place. And they thought I was kidding, but I got my car and went to another voting place. Like, seriously, if you make us go out on a Saturday and vote, because in Australia it's compulsory to vote, everyone has to vote or you get fined, and if they're going to make us vote, they have to give us some options while we're there. We don't just get to stand in the boiling hot sun for hours waiting to get into the building to vote, and then no sausage sizzle. That's lame. And we always vote on a Saturday too. In Australia, we don't have weekday votes. It's always a Saturday vote. And your boss has to let you out to vote or has to help you make arrangements to pre-vote, because voting is compulsory. It's not optional. Two Arctic Wolf says, last time I had a sausage sizzle, I was sick. Okay, so you've been burnt. I understand that. I've got things that I don't buy food from anymore because I got sick. I totally understand. You're lucky we don't get fed. Oh, we have to pay for the sausage sizzles. Like, they're not free. but they normally go to like a local charity or a local sporting group. So you normally like have like a local netball team who comes down and sets it up, and the money goes to them. So you totally have to pay. A sausage sizzle, they set up barbecues under little marquees and cook sausages and onions and put them on bread, and you can choose sauce, and they're like $2 or something like that, or $2.50. They're normally just really basic run-of-the-mill sausages, but you know, it's great. Oh yeah, and Christine's right, especially when they demand to use the schools, because we quite often open up a primary school or a high school, and the voting's held in their big halls, and then that school sets up a sausage sizzle or little stalls. Some of them do sweets and drinks and stuff. Some of them go all out, and all the money goes to the school that you're at to help fundraise for something for them. Jai Good says they're all in the naughty corner. I don't remember the patterns' names. My youngest grandson inspires to be the sausage cooker at Bunnings. It's too cute. Oh my gosh. Seriously, we have to question Abby's motives when she wants to go to Bunnings. Like, I want to go to Bunnings. Bunnings is a big chain hardware store, and they quite often have sausage sizzles run by local charities as well. And it's an Australian thing. We love sausage sizzles. And so you have to be like, what do you want to buy? And she'll be like, I want to look at one of these. And we're like, do you want to look at this thing, or do you just want a sausage? So yeah. Sounds like it would be a hot dog here in the States. Hot dogs for us are more like the red sausage that and in a hot dog bun, like in a proper like long bun that you put your hot dog into. Whereas for us, sausage sizzles more, it's like on a piece of bread, and they throw the sausage on a diagonal, and they put your onions on, you fold it up, and it's like a big triangle with sausage hanging out the sides. You basically, the bread's to hold your sausage. It's a sausage holder. Dry good. A thin sausage, a slice of bread, and cooked onion. That's exactly... You guys, I'm starting to get really hungry now. Funnily enough, I feel like a sausage sizzle. Yeah, we totally have to pay for it, Freaky Geek. They're not free. But, I mean, they're cheap. Like, that's the thing. They're not expensive. They're like $2. They're cheap. So it makes it like, you know, if you're there with you and the husband and the daughter, because we don't want to leave... Actually, she's old enough to leave at home now, but she wants to come for the sausage sizzle. But it gets her into the swing of getting used to get ready to vote. She reads all the information. We talk to her about our voting decisions and why we vote the way we do. And go from there. Kransky sausages, oh my gosh, that would be lovely, but nowhere I know does Kransky for the sausage sizzle. I love Kranskys. I like sausages more than hot dogs. Me too, Helen. Me too. It's great for fundraising. It is. Freaky Geek prefers bacon and no need for a bun. I agree with you, Freaky. I love bacon. Most sausage sizzle places don't offer bacon, but every now and again they'll offer bacon at like $1 extra, and I'll have to and ah whether or not I'm going to pay $1 for a bit of cheap bacon. It's not even a definite no. It's a maybe. Yeah, Leanne's got it. Hot dogs is a red Frankfurt. That's the word I was trying to think of, a Frankfurt. Whereas a sausage sizzle is a beef sausage. Yeah, the bread's really just to hold it so you don't burn your fingers. That's really all the bread's for. And they don't use nice bread. Like, they normally just use the really cheap loaves because I know people just want the sausage. So, yeah. We've devolved. We have devolved again. We are the worst live streaming ever. We totally devolve into food every time. And in great detail. Total great detail of a sausage sizzle at an Australian voting station. Leanne says sometimes Bunnings has cooked cabana. Fancy. Sometimes. But then they charge you through the nose for it. Been a while since I saw one. We've never talked about Tim Tams till now. Well, you know, Tim Tams are a thing. I didn't want to buy Tim Tams this week. Abby was like, let's buy Tim Tams. And I'm trying to be good. Like, I'm trying to eat a bit healthier, especially while I'm sick. Like, why, you know, feed a sick body with food that won't help. And so, you know, and so she's like, let's get Tim Tams. And I'm like, no, I don't want to get Tim Tams. She's like, why don't, I'm like, and I'm standing in the middle of the shops, because if we buy them, I'll eat them. And this lady just looked at me, and then she's just burst out laughing. And I'm like, it's true though. She goes, oh, it is. They don't survive in our house either. So yeah, food in detail. That's right, Christine. Each live stream is like that. Not a bad live stream at all. I'm learning something new. We always learn something new. That's the thing, isn't it? And I really appreciate you all jumping in and hanging out with me while I do these less than interesting tasks, while we test this stream setup to make sure it works. I mean, it's always going to come down to the internet on the day, right? That's always going to be an issue that I can't do anything about. I've got a couple of internet options. I've got 3 different ways to get internet into this shed currently, and I'm about to be down to 2. As long as one of them works, we're okay, but the internet's always going to be a variable. Whereas if I can get the rest of it organized, the settings in the system, the microphone working, everything going well, then we'll be good. Everything will be okay. So we'll just have to keep tweaking and trying and learning and going forward each week and trying to be positive about what we're doing. And not get upset when it doesn't work, because I sometimes get upset after a live stream that's been a bit of a schmozzle, because it's disappointing for me. I don't like it when everyone's buffering and it's stressing everyone out, and I don't like that. So I like it to be fun and relaxing and chill. That's what I like about a good live stream: fun, relaxing and chill. Girl Scout cookies are not really a big thing in Australia. We do have Girl Scouts, but I think I've eaten Girl Scout cookies once in my entire life. Yeah, bacon and egg sounds good. Yeah, I like bacon and egg sandwiches. I like cooked bacon, cooked egg, raw tomato on untoasted bread with pepper. Thank you very much. That's my favourite. And I started having it when I worked at this one place, and I used to pick up breakfast every morning, and there was a little food place, like where our big offices were. It had its own canteen, and the dude in the canteen was like, you always get the same breakfast. And I'm like, it's like, well, it's all that there is. And he's like, no, you can choose anything. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to choose now. And he goes, what if I just make something for you from, I know you like some things, and I was like, righto, whatever. And that's what he came up with, and I'm like, oh my god, this is heaven. Leanne does not have much of a sweet tooth. I have a sweet tooth. That's my problem, and I try to avoid it because I know I have a sweet tooth. And if there's chocolate in the house, I eat it. If there's lollies in the house, I eat them. So I don't keep any of that sort of stuff in the house. I don't buy biscuits or lollies or chocolates very often because I eat it. And so I you know, I don't need that. And I don't need that pressure on myself either. So if I don't want to worry about it, I just don't buy it. If it's not here, I can't eat it. An open toasty with banana and cheese. Oh my god, I love banana, bacon and cheese toasties, Leanne. They are my favorite. They are so good. The first time I tried one, I was a bit like, what? No, yuck. Ugh. Then, my mum was like, suck it up, princess, it's what I ordered you. And I was like, no, God, okay, fine. And then I ate it, and that was it. I stopped complaining, and now I make them for myself. So we've got the, I'll make a closed toasty with them as well. So good. I asked my husband to hide chocolate for me, but he eats it. It's not there when I really need it. That's not fair, Sherry. I'm actually really lucky. My husband's not a big chocolate eater, and neither is my daughter. She is a Tim Tam hoarder, though. She'll seriously steal the Tim Tams and leave the empty packet in the fridge. And you go get one, thinking, I'll sneak a Tim Tam, and it's just an empty packet of, like, dismay. Like, you're just, like, totally let down. But, yeah. I know how you feel. I'm a diabetic and I have a bad sweet tooth, so I don't buy those things. Well, I'm not diabetic, but I know that I have no self-control. And I would just eat it. Like, block of chocolate, that's gone in a day. Packet of biscuits, although biscuits I tend to only have a couple of. It's chocolate that's my real weakness. And chips, oh my god, like Pringles are the worst. And Grain Waves, oh, I love chips. But I don't buy them either. So, you know, I can love them when I buy them every now and again when they're on special or something. It's a treat. It's a treat, and it's an actual treat. It's not like an everyday treat. It's a proper once a month, maybe get a packet of chips or buy some chocolate or something. And I'm trying to be really good with the chocolate. Chocolate was not once a month treat. Chocolate was like, I haven't had chocolate today, so I shall have some. But now it's like I'm trying to be better. I'm not a fan of banana, don't like the smell or the texture. Well, then you probably won't like it at all. I like bananas. Bananas are yummy. And they're even better with bacon and melted cheese. Yum. I need to tell him to hide it like he hides gifts and cards. Oh, Sherry, I haven't even told, actually I may have told over yesterday, I hid a present for my mum that I was going to give her at Christmas, and I found it yesterday. I was just like, oh my god, it's here, I knew it was here somewhere. And I found it yesterday, like middle of March. And so it missed Christmas and it missed her birthday. I'm back. I heard bacon. I love it. I'm allergic to banana and have a latex sensitivity. So, oh, that's horrible. Well, don't have banana toasty then. That would be very bad. And don't get anyone else to make your food for you if you have a latex sensitivity. So no public food makings. I don't crave it so much if I have it in the house. If I don't have it, it seems like it tries to take me over. Oh, yeah. The other day, I was like, I really felt like some chocolate. I'm like, I just want some chocolate. And I was like, just have a piece of fruit, Chantal. And the reality is, if I just had a little piece of chocolate, I wouldn't have eaten like 3 bits of fruit. I would have probably had no fruit, or 1 piece of fruit. Freaky Geek's telling Bobby not to eat latex then. Good on you, Freaky. That's great. That's great advice. I'm sure Bobby wasn't already avoiding that. Shocker. Absolute shocker. Just realised I may not want to use all of this because I've got to make some blinglets this weekend as well. Interrupted again. Oh my god, Jai, how dare you have like a social life and friends and family who want to speak with you. Marian's going ew over something. What are you going ew over, Marian? If anybody else having trouble with drool on the edge of their mouths, I am. Me. I'm having problems with drool. Definitely. Oh gosh, I am so hungry. It's like 1 o'clock. I should probably end the stream and go and find food. Be like forage through the house. I need food. It's hard sometimes because Sally's husband just brings it home from his shop. Oh no. Helen says that we're all making her hungry. Me too, Helen. Me too. Where are we at? We're at 1:43 and we still haven't crashed. You guys are awesome for keeping me company while we test out this. The microphone, has it done anything weird with my voice, or is it still all good? Because I'm going to head off shortly. Bye, Naomi Jane. Have a good time at work. We've been going very well. That's excellent. I'm glad. Still good from 2 Arctic Wolves. I'm fine because I had my lunch. Good job, Sally. Mike's been perfect. All the sound is good here and the visual as well. Oh, sorry, Helen. Everyone, oh, that's great. That's so good to know, you guys. I'm really encouraged. Get in there, little thingy. There we go. Freaky is very naughty. We know that. Freaky is like, Freaky says what Freaky thinks and has no freaky filter. We love Freaky for Freaky's filterless conversation. Why do you do swings tags rather than labels? Okay, I personally prefer swing tags. It's just a personal thing. I find that when I pack the yarn for travel, when I had labels, I got all crushy and didn't look great. It might have just been what I was printing on at the time. I'm not sure. But I also find that the swing tags are easy to take off and to keep aside and then reattach to my project at the end. But yeah, that's lots of people like to use the actual labels. We were talking about that this week, and I've been tossing up whether or not to change over, but I think I'm going to stick with my swing tags. I really like them. I mean, this whole job is not fun, but I think the rest of it is good. Yeah, Freaky jumped in there. Good job, Freaky. I don't know. Oh, wow. Okay, you guys, I'm going to finish this one off and then I'm going to head out. You guys have been fantastic and letting me just run this stream and just gibber on about random stuff and let me get some work done. It's been fantastic hanging out. We'll have a normal stream. I'm not doing this one instead of Thursday. Thursday's still going ahead. And we'll see how it all goes. But thank you all so much for joining me and keeping me company. Oh, hang on a second. Just before you go, I hope this is not too full, but please send our kind thoughts to Claire when you talk to her next. I feel such a connection with her, like a mum. She's being so brave. She is. She's going through a lot at the moment, and I will definitely pass that on, Leanne, for sure. Yeah, Freaky is not a she, just saying, yeah, Freaky's not a she. I like the idea of swing tags, then you don't have the labels tearing when people want to undo the skein to check out the colour. Absolutely. There's so many advantages to swing tags. So many advantages. Alright, you guys, it's been awesome. And I'm so glad that that you could all hang with me today. You can continue the conversation over on the Fiberific Fun Zone if you guys want to keep chatting. If you're not a member there, just put the thing in. I'll keep an eye out for the notifications and I'll let you all in. And I will talk to you all Thursday. Have a great night. Bye.